In the beginning, the therapy didn't work. In fact, it made things worse. The type of counseling I was in was called EMDR, or eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It sounds bizarre. You relive the memories that have affected you while doing some other motion, like moving your eyes left and right. It was developed to battle PTSD. What was amazing to me was I thought I was going to work out my feelings about Yarnell and my life, but in my first sessions I discovered I had no feelings left, only a wall of depression. In order to stop experiencing those black moods, I'd blocked off all emotions. It took me 3 sessions simply to open up and allow myself to experience real feelings again. I began by describing to the therapist a point of disturbance, a memory that has haunted me. We started with the time Chris and I almost got burned a couple weeks before Yarnell. I had to do the eye motions, and as I relived those things I had buried deep down, it was so hurtful to go through it all again. I sat in that darkened room and talked with my counselor, and I honestly felt like my skin had been peeled off and salt water was pouring all over me. Everything was so raw, I would cry and shake my head. We'd go through the experience from beginning to end, and then the therapist would ask me how I felt about what I'd just described. I had to dig for every negative emotion connected with that time, the guilt I felt, the anger I never knew I had toward myself or someone else, dredge it up, and then she'd ask common sense questions about whether those emotions were really based in reality. What was I supposed to do from the lookout position to save my brothers? And slowly she would show me the positive side of what I'd gone through, that I'd persevered, that I'd done my best, that I'd kept faith with my brothers. I had a lot to learn about myself. I found out so many things about my childhood. I'd learned that I'd felt abandoned throughout my life by my father, my brother, even my mom. Then I had to have my 19 brothers disappear on that hillside. It only compounded that feeling. Everyone you love is going to leave you. That abandonment was really at the root of my depression. I felt that there was something wrong with me because no one wanted to stay by my side. That's why Eric's acceptance of me had been such a big deal in my life. He looked at me at my lowest point and said, "We'll take you, brother." The other guys had reinforced the feeling again and again. "You're a good father. You're worth something. We trust you. We love you." When I lost that, I found it hard to live. I remember the session where the fact came home to me. I walked out feeling drained and listless, as usual. But later that day, I suddenly realized that the lead weight that had been sitting on top of me seemed lighter. It wasn't gone, but I could bear it. I turned that experience around in my mind and looked at it from a different angle. I had honestly thought I was serving a life sentence. I didn't think it was even possible to feel differently about my past, but it is possible. If you've gone through something that left you with PTSD, I want you to know that. You can get free of things that are weighing you down and slowly killing the joy in your life. There is hope. You just have to reach out for it. My life improved bit by bit. My emotions came back. Michaela and I were able to be 2 silly kids again without me feeling like I was damaging her. In the course of a day, I'd felt happy and sad and pissed off and contented. Normal feelings. I came to terms with the fact that I had PTSD. I learned that the thing that kills men is the idea that they need to be tough. Everyone tells you to get help, but as a man, you believe you should be giving help, not receiving it. And that's a crucial mistake. If you say, "I can get through anything alone," you're suffering for no reason. Accept help. Be open. Find what's worked for others and do that. One of the breakthrough moments came when I thought of the family members who had accused me of awful things. The bitterness I felt was suddenly gone. They'd suffered. They too wanted the answers to why their loved ones had left them, and I was available as a bad guy or a conspirator or what have you. I understood that their wild accusations were part of their grieving process. I don't hold anything against them now. I love them to death. Do I wish they'd never said those kind of things? Sure. But at 3 a.m. when you're all alone, crazy thoughts can come into your mind. The pain is unbearable. You find a villain, and that gives you a moment's relief. In their situation, I'm sure I would have done the same thing.